Hi there, my beautiful teacher. Thank you for following me over here to get a little extra goodies, a little extra gift, another pat of butter on the pancakes. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your service. So my little gift to you is this. There's been a lot written and studied around working with the reluctant child, specifically as it relates to what I do, the child who doesn't want to write anything, right? The Charles who folds her arms and says, I ain't gonna do it. You know what I have found, y'all, that moves the needle sometimes. I mean, I'm not Jesus, right? So I don't always hit a home run. But what I have found is that when we meet that child where they are, when we take poetry to them, or we take any kind of literature to them that is a reflection of who they are, right? I talked a lot in the poetry reading about looking in the mirror, self-reflection, right? So when we go to them with our literature, that's not always something that's going to matter to them. But nowadays we're so lucky, right? The whole pantheon of literature for young people is very rich and very full, particularly when it comes to children of color. Right? You got authors, you have Kwame Alexander, right? You have authors who are writing just for those babies. Share that with them. And in your sharing, be willing to listen. Be willing to really open up those big teacher ears and listen to what that child is saying to you. And y'all like, look, whatever finger I'm pointing, it's pointing right back at me as a teaching artist and as a mother, right? I'm pointing it right back. Another thing that comes to my heart when I think about the child who doesn't warm up to writing right off the bat is making sure that we warm up to writing. I remember back in the 60s and 70s, grown folks used to say to children, you do as I say and not as I do. Man, that went out with the Beatles, right? It's gone. Children are different. We were different from the children who came before us, and the children that we now minister to are different from the kids that we were. None of that, you just do what I say, that stuff doesn't work anymore. And so if you want your student to get engaged and fall in love with writing, guess who else has to do it first? Hello? Hello? You have to be willing to do the assignment. You have to be willing to go first. Right? When you're trying to get somebody to taste something that looks funny and they say, I'm not going to taste it. You try it. Well, you got to try it. You got to jump in the pool first before you get me to jump in. So what am I saying, teachers? I'm saying that you got to write the poem. And I've been saying this for 30 years. You're not the first to hear it, right? And I tell you what, my teachers who are willing to go there, who are willing to write about their own losses. You know, I write a lot about loss. Teachers who are willing to write about their own disappointments, their own failures, their own skinned and scarred knees. Those are the ones who get the kids writing. So it's no more of this, I'm folding my arms behind the desk and I'm watching you do it. No. And that doesn't get us that SEL learning either, right? That we're going for. Right? That doesn't get us the heart and the soul of the child, which is where real writing comes from. You have to be willing. You jump first. What else comes to my mind? You got to be patient. Usually schools will bring me in for a year, I wish, right? A day, or maybe 90 minutes just to do an assembly and a workshop. Some schools will get a grant and I'll come for a whole week. One of my favorite schools, Roland Park, man, they get me in for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And they have really high hopes about my visit, and I do too. But at the end of the day, y'all, some of this stuff that we're trying to get students to do is all about building relationship. It's not about the quick hit. It's not about the one-off and then I'm rolling out. It's about hanging in there. Maya Angelou said they don't care what you say until they know that you care. I probably messed that up, but you know what I mean. Relationship. Patience. Patience. Maybe they don't get it right off. Maybe it takes some time. Maybe, check this out. Maybe your Charles won't even tell you this year what you did for him, how he started writing. Maybe he'll come back and tell you when he's 22. You're good. There's no clock ticking. You've got patience for this. You've got time, right? Be patient, because what you're trying to elicit, what you're trying to draw out of this child is something beyond the brief constructed response. It's something beyond the homework. It's something beyond the essay, right? You're trying to carve a path inside of that child that will remain open and moist and flexible for the rest of their life. It's a big job, but somebody's got to do it. It's a big job. Let's go back through real quick what I just shared. So I said you have to be willing to meet them where they are. You have to be willing to be vulnerable and jump in the pool first. And you have to be willing to be patient. Because what you do and what I do as a teaching artist is a process. I didn't get to where I am because I started 2 weeks ago. It's a process. And I want you to be willing to do the process of delving inside of a child's soul and pulling out the very best writing that she can do. That's my gift to you, y'all. That's my gift. We can talk about that when I come to your school this year, in person or through the lessons in poetry, through the virtual learning. We can continue that conversation, right? It's ongoing. How to inspire, how to enfold, which means how to teach, how to truly, truly, truly teach. I love y'all. I thank you. I wish you the best this holiday season and beyond. You got this. And I will see you soon.